Morning students, welcome to the lecture on health, safety and environment. Myself, Mr. Vandava Sriharsham, Assistant Professor, Vidya University, Patlamudi. So today we are going to discuss about HSE, so health, safety and environment topic. So we already discussed one lecture already in previous session. So we are going for the next session, next lecture. Operations and air emissions. This is the three topics we are going to discuss. So first of all, we start with the drilling operations. So generally, what is the drilling? So drilling means the art of making a hole into the earth crust to know what is the formation there inside the earth crust. So suppose we are already doing different surveys, seismic surveys, gravity surveys, and magnetic surveys. From these three surveys, we will get the data. So there is a prospect of hydrocarbon zone somewhere in the earth crust. So there we will check that the hydrocarbons are there or not. So how we can know that? So by directly we have to drill up to that place and take the sample out, so that we can know that according to that sample hydrocarbons are there or not. So by taking the direct manual sample only, we can understand that there is a hydrocarbon prospect. So the art of making a hole into the earth crust, we call it as a drilling. So what are the different types of drilling wells? So suppose I don't know about that area, I am drilling there to know the formation zone and what are the different type of properties of the zone. So then we call it as a wildcat well. So without knowing that area anything, so I am directly drilling. So that we call it as a wildcat well. So I am here mentioning about the different what are the well concept. That means what are the how to we start drilling. Before the drilling, they have to check different parameters, right? So what are the plan of action and what is the cycle which is going on before the drilling operation. So first of all, we have to know the concept, well concept. So what type of well we have to choose that according to that particular area. Suppose that is onshore, we will choose with one well, and offshore we will choose with another well. So different type of wells, different type of casings, and how many casings are needed, how many tubings are needed, like that everything. So first of all, we will go through the well concept. Here I mentioned. Then after that, we will go for the well proposal. So according to everything is money cost, money related things, everything fine. Then we will propose that well we have to then go through this well with this type of well, particular well. So we can say G type well. Otherwise, we can say different type of well patterns. So according to that, we will choose one well proposal. Next one, what we'll do is we collect the data acquisition from that land and everything above surface. We will take the data collection. From then that one we will analysis. And after that we will start well design. So how to do the well design? First of all, the design means initially from the top of the surface to the bottom to the earth crust. That means that what we will start is initially we will so first of all we start with the conductor casing, then we will go through the surface casing, then after that we will go through the production casing. If it is needed, meanwhile we will before the production casing we will keep the intermediate casing also. So after that finally we will start the drilling program. So suppose it is not matching properly, then we will again start with the well concept. What are the different type of actions which are going in the drilling? So what we will do during the drilling? So what are the different type of process we have to do? That means suppose I am doing the drilling, so I have the drill bit. So there should be some cutting element. The what are the sand particle which is there, that should be cut by some particular equipment. So that we call it the drill bit. So what the drill will do is it will drill into the earth. So you know already what is the driller. So there will be electrical drilling equipment will be there. It will make holes in the holes into the walls to keep small screws and everything. So for this purpose we will use that one. But this is a very big one. So we are sending into the earth means according to the formation it should have more resistance power to breakage. So that one. So what we will do, we start with the drilling. Then while doing the drilling and everything, so the drilling cuttings and samples is there. They may struck the drill bit. So what we will do is we have to circulate continuously one fluid so that we can remove the cutting particles which are at the bottom of the well. So slowly we will circulate the fluid which is sufficient to them suspend the drilling cuttings which are formed downwards, and they will circulate from one place to the other place, from down to the top to the bottom. So what we will do? So for doing that, we have to crush the total particles in, crush the sand particle into small cutting pieces, and we have to take it out, remove it by using drill mud. So these are the parts I'm discuss right now. So this is the typical drilling rig. So in this rig you can see this is the mounted tower here, and you have here the drawworks. Inside here you have the rotary table, and here top of the rig you have the monkey board and everything. So here you can see the different type of equipment, everything. This is the typical onshore drilling rig. Most of the cases we see in outside. Then we will go for them. For doing all these things, what we have to do is, so there are different types of drilling rigs. So in onshore we will use different type of drilling rigs, and offshore we will use different type of drilling rigs. According to the particular formation, according to the particular area, everything will set according to that. So that it should be cost efficient. So here you can see this is the tubing. Here the bottom of the tubing you have the drill bit. So this is the drill bit. Then after that, here you can see that mud is sending from the mud pump to the mud pits to directly to the from here to the mud pump. So this is the mud pump connection. There it will mud will be sent inside, and it will circulate from one side to the other side. So one side it is sending means one side it will come out like that. So here you can see above that there is a killie, and above that one has fuel, and above that one traveling block. So this traveling block give the motion from top to bottom. That means it will rotate in the direction of top to bottom, so that you can take out the drill bit and the drill pipe everything once, and you can change the drill bit and again you can insert. So what about the drill fluid? So what is the drill fluid? Has to have the properties such that it has to take out the drill cuttings which are happening, which is at the drill bit position from bottom of the surface to the top of the surface. So this is the drilling fluid has to do. And one more thing is, suppose I stop the drilling. So what happens? There will be pressures which are bottom hole pressure. There is some suppose some influx is came, some suddenly some unwanted fluid is came into the well. That should be controlled by the my drill fluid. So according to that my drill fluid has to maintain a density, so that it will overcome all the problems which is coming from the bottom of the hole. That's so that we and one more time, and so at the same time it has to be take out the drill cuttings which are at the bottom up to the top position. So this is the things which we are going to do in the. So what we will do is, for the rotation of this drill fluid, everything we will use motor, pumps and everything, so that what will happen, it will pump from one place to another place, then automatically what the drill cuttings taken out, and then what the remaining the cuttings which are coming with the mud, and that the cuttings will be taken out by using shield shaker and hydroclones, dehydrators, like that. Different equipment we have, process equipments. According to that, we will remove all the cutting samples, and the fresh mud what is we will recycle. That one will again send into the drill bit zone. So what happens means the drill bit is there, and above the drill pipe is there. Drill pipe, out of the drill pipe there will be casing. So between the casing and tubing there will be one path. It means the space will be there. The space we call it as antlers. Through that space only we will send this fluids and take out the mud samples. Mud samples are cutting away. So next one is controlling a drilling operation. So drilling is not that much easy thing. Suppose you are drilling to some places, we don't know how much pressures are downward. Suppose you just reach the hydrocarbon zone area. Suppose the pressure is more, and which is compared to the top of the surface. So there is too many high pressure and high temperatures are below at the bottom of the surface. So we can't know what is going to be happen. So that time what we have to do, we have to have the full control of the drilling operation. Suppose we are doing at suppose we are reaching the hydrocarbon zone, automatically what we will do, we slow down the drilling, and we will take out the drill bit, and we will use the another drill bit which is suitable for the formation. Suppose I am going through the I am starting the drilling. So what happens? I just have to just hit within a hard rock. So automatically what happens, my drill bit is not rotating properly. Maybe it is becomes stuck and it is unable to get to that rock, because that rock is very compact and it is very hard. Okay, my drill bit is not unable to go inside. So what I will do is I will take out this drill bit again. So I will take out from the drill pipe and drill bit everything. I will remove the drill bit and I keep another drill bit, new drill bit. Then I will insert inside it. Then I will start the rotation. Then what happens right now? What the bit I am using is sufficient for the sufficient resistance to the rock which is inside. So automatically what happens when I rotating that my drill bit? So automatically this rock what is there, it will collapse. That means it will break down and automatically the drill bit will go inside to the well. So this is the problem. And one more thing, according to that area, according to that place, according to the zone, and according to the surface area, everything we have to choose the drill bit. Suppose you are using smooth formation diamond bit, that is not needed. So after some time, what will happen? The what the formation which is what the bore what you have done using the drill bit, that may collapse because due to instability of the unstable of the formation. So one more thing, the cost and everything should be most effective. Suppose too much cost you are spending on the drilling, then automatically while doing the recovery we can't recover that much. Maybe the zone is prospectable, then it is okay. Suppose you are wasting too much money on the drilling, then we can't recover that much easily. So the drilling cost and drilling plan and drill bit and drill rig, everything is cost oriented. The one day day rate of the drill rig is starts from around 50 lakhs to 1 crore. So this much money you are spending on the drill rig. So automatically what happens? How much days we can to reduce the drilling days, so that automatically you can increase the efficiency of the drilling process, and automatically that will impact our project. So suppose your project you are needing the 40 days of the drill rig for in the station, so you have to max to max the drilling engineer has to plan his drilling according to that, and before the 40 days only has to complete. Otherwise, it is good to be complete with one before by 35 days. So then what happens? The 5 days remaining, there it will be reduced, then that will be used for the other purpose like production operations and like that. So it is a very high cost process, and you have to do the with full efficiency, so that automatically what the procedure needed, according to that procedure, that proposal only we will go through. So this is what. So there will be different. There are the drilling engineers, geology engineers, mud engineers, production engineers. Everyone will be there. Everyone is interlinked. That if there is any problem, complex problem, they will deal with them, and automatically they will control the processes. So they will use their monitor. They will use their simulation systems or automatic operating walls, ROVs. So like remote operated vehicles, everything, so that they can control the drilling operations at any time. So here you can see I just kept on pic. In this pic you can see there will be a monitor, different systems. In that data will be stored, analysis samples and everything. Suppose once you got the drilling sample or drill cutting sample, then you analyze in the laboratory, then and the data you will input into your system and the data in your data sheets. So automatically what happens in the future, if you want to do one more well or developing well or production or something other, then what we have to do is then go through this checklist and everything. Then according to this only you can plan the drilling. So there will be the personnel, there will be trained professionals and engineers, everyone, facilities engineers, everyone will be there. They will go through all these things. And in recent days it is okay, when before 10, 50 years back or like 100 years back, there will be manual loading of the data, manual loading of system, and the person has to be sit at the well to take out the sample and everything. But right now it is not there. Directly while doing the drilling only we will get the data. That means real time analysis you can do. That is already came in the industry, so no problem. Whenever the cuttings are getting the cutting sample, how much viscosity is there, porosity is there, everything we can directly check into from the by using our real-time analysis and by using by monitoring the systems. Suppose there is somewhere you have hit with a rock, or suppose your pit is slow, the pit volume is suddenly decreasing, so that you can understand that the mud is loss, means somewhere inside the drilling bit, somewhere you have the hole, or somewhere in the formation there will be have the payment zone. That means it is going inside. Maybe fluid loss will happens. That is the things you have to check through when it is going through the drilling. So according to the budget, how much budget you have, that according to that only you can keep the drilling cost and drilling rigs and drilling operation everything. So according to the formation, according to the type, according to the drill bit, everything it is cost oriented. So it has to be planned according to efficiently. The money what you have for the project should be used efficiently for a smooth running of the project. So after completion of the drilling and everything, we will take out the hydrocarbon. Then we will use it. We will send it to the refinery. That is another part. So after ending by the end of that part, so what will happen is well abandonment. So what we will do is we have to close the well, because right now the well is not producing. It is already produced for some of the time. How much we expect, that much that much time it is already produced. So right now what we have to do is we have to shut down the well, because the right now the production from the well is very less, and it is already, you can say, it is negligible. And so what we have to do is we have to close the well, and we have to plug the well by using cement plugs and everything, so that from that well nothing, the fluid or something will not come out. So for that purpose we will use different type of cement plugs, so that what happens, the oil or something which is inside water, which is inside that well, which will not come outside, and it will not affect the environmental surface. So this is not a easy thing. So it needs some of the most professionals to understand the area and prospect, so that they can check everything. According to that, they will plan a well abandonment plan. So here I am mentioning that how three stage plague, three-stage cement plague to abandon the well. Initially, what happens? This is the formation zone where you can see. I marked this one. So these are the perforations. Before there, from here you are taking out the oil and everything, soil and gas. So what I am doing right now, I am cementing this area totally. So this is from the bottom of the perforation to top of the perforation. I'm just closing. So this is the top of the cement amount like one. So up to here, from to here and here, I'm done the cementing. I send a cement and I given some time for setting up. So automatically this is already closed. Then what I am keeping, from there I am keeping here one bridge plug. So this is the bridge plug is the plug which one not allows the anything from bottom, that is it will not allow any fluid through it. At the same time it will give the this is the another plug, cement plug we are using. So this is also an abandonment plug. This plug we are using to isolate this zone from this zone. I mean from this product, this is the production tubing, and this is the intermediate tubing. So again at the intermediate tubing level, I am cementing it, so that it will not. Suppose it is. Suppose unfortunately the cementing is not done properly. Suppose oil is came out, then it will be restricted by this plug, second plug. So the third plug is the safety one more one. This is just below the this surface casing, to isolate the, when you will do the surface casing. The surface casing is the casing which we are using for isolate the our water table from the well. So there he will keep on one more plug, so that uh, the oil or gas which is coming from here, which will not not enter into the outside surface area. So these are the three plugs. I'm keeping one by one plug. First plug this one, then after some time I will keep second plug, then after three plug. By a step-wise process, I will abandon this plug. Then so that after that everything above top of this well, I will keep above top of this well, I will keep close manner by using iron shield or something. And the total area is to be under the government rules for some time, for the checking purpose, that it is everything, it is okay with everything or not. Suppose some problem is there, then automatically the petroleum engineer and environmental engineer go there and they will check out the process what is happening there. So next one is production operations. So these are the production operations while we are going. So what is when the production operations starts? Generally, you can see after drilling process, the first place at which the oil from the bottom of the well to the top of the surface it will reach. So when the oil is there, when I am perforated at the bottom of the well, they into the formation, automatically formation fluids will enter into the well. From that well, I am taking out to the surface. Once the oil is traveled from the bottom of the well to the top of the well, so first oil which is come to the top of the surface, from there onwards it will start the production operations. So first oil drop which is coming to the top of the surface, which is starting that point by then up to the abandonment time. That means up to the closing the well of the time. So this is totally everything we call as the production operations. So this is the production, how much production is going on, everything we will go through. So from the top of the well to the refinery part to the sale, up to the sale point, we can say it as a production operation. So what are the main things when doing a production operation? So what are the main production operation means? First of all, we have to suppose what the right now are there, how many wells are there. That means wells everything we have to maintain, and if it is needed more, if it is needed more, then we can have develop the more wells. And what about next? Then after the daily day-to-day operations, everything you have to check if they are following the safety norms or not, environmental issues or not, and everything. And how many next one is how many personals are there, how many engineers are there, and everything is perfectly going on or not. Long-term sustainability is there or not. The objectives it is needed. How much production rate is there and how much it is maintaining. So everything production is going on time or not. Suppose any reduction in the flow rate, then how can you be managing? So these are things will be related to the production operation. These are the main things the people who are in the production department will take care of. So field development, suppose the one, two or three wells are there producing very well, so automatically they have to develop that well. The project also, suppose they are taking, suppose the production becomes slowly less, so automatically what you will do, you have to use some artificial lift by artificial pressure by using artificial lift or water injection, gas injection, something like that. So now what are the main things and what are the remaining things in production? We have to deal with the different type of equipments and different type of facilities. Everything that is everything is on the time or not. Everything. So these are the daily day-to-day life activities which are happening in the production operations. So what is the main production? So from the after starting the production, from there you get the liquid. That liquid you have to send it to the processing. Then from the processing to the after processing to the sales. So this is the point of surface. This is the thing which is going on the production phase. So what did happen? All the production and maintenance activities are closely monitored by the professionals and everything. So all the environmental policies and acts should be implemented by the particular company, and particular engineer who is working in the company. So what is the main things which are needed to do in the production? So first of all, what we have to do is we have to maintain the production rate. So suppose initially it is giving 100 barrels, suddenly after 1 or 2 months it is become 50. So that means automatically it is reducing the production. So automatically it affects on the industry. So what we have to do is we have to maintain that injection rates. So automatically we will inject some water so that it will maintain the flow rate. The flow rate will be there. So injection rates of injection production rates of the well we will maintain. One more thing. Then we have to control the production and yes, suppose any problem is there. So one more thing, we have to do real-time analysis of the activity, everything on every minute-to-minute analysis, like real-time analysis. This is we will do in the production. So once the production is started, then what we will do is how much amount of volume of oil is getting. So that initial first step where the oil is coming to the top of the surface is called as first oil. Then after some time, what happens? How much the investment you kept in the total drilling concept, means drilling operation and everything. So that will be recorded by the hydrocarbons by selling the hydrocarbon. So how much the hydrocarbon which is needed to recover the bills of the drilling operation, that we call it as a profit oil. So after up to the profit oil mark, so the total production everything is needed to which is that is called as investment, which is kept in the well. So once you start with the profit oil, then automatically remaining everything is we are getting the profit above that point. So remaining the money which is above the drilling cost and operation cost, everything, that is called as a profit oil. The first oil means the initial oil which is just come at the top of the well, which is called first oil. So what happens? So once the oil is started coming, then automatically what happens? So generally in oil industry they will use different contracts like interest rates. Like they will take the money from the shareholders and stakeholders. So what they have to do, they have to repay the loan. So according to the step by step procedures, first stage loan, second stage loan, they have to monthly they have to pay the money installments that they will do by using the out of hydrocarbon what you are getting. Those they start the payback periods and they will start the paying back the money which they are taking from the stakeholders and shareholders. So then after that they are paying everything. Then I already told you one point is that profit aisle. From that point, the above point, what the above money, what you are above money, what you are above the profit point, how much money you are getting, everything. You will use it for the development of the well, or you can use the buying the new facilities which are needed in the field. So this is the next one. I am going to the this is the typical diagram of the well production rates. So initially what happens, there are three types of three phases are there in during a total life of the well. So first initial one is we called as a build up level, and the next one we will tell them as a plateau level, and the last one is the abandonment one. That is, you can say the decline period. So a build up period, what will happen is, so here you can see, first of all there is nothing is there, then we just discovered a well. So here we discovered a well, that time there is no production yet, nothing. Then after the appraising well, that means we just started the uh, well drilling and everything, and we can right now we can we can use the perforation and everything at the appraising well. So once it is started, that means it is started and giving the oil, that is called first oil from here. So from here to here it is started, and it is the production rate is increasing, and production rate is, this is the first oil which is coming from here. There after that there is totally slowly the production rate will increase according to the pressure drop inside the well. So it is increased slowly from up to certain level. The production rates are slow, increase, it is in a gradual increasing manner. After some time, like 5 to 10 years for a good well, then after 10 years it will become a, it will start as a just constant rate producing well. There that is known as a plateau. This is the plateau region. From here to here it will produce at a constant rate, particular maximum constant rate it will produce. That we call a plateau rate. From that after certain point, whatever it will slowly start the decline. It will slowly it will decrease the production. That we call as a decline period. For the final one is abandonment. From up to here, it can produce, but above this line, the economic limit is, you know, it crosses the economic limit. It crosses the economic limit, so we can't produce that more than that. So that is not cost effective for the company. So what happens in the drilling operations? So we have to maintain a particular different type of equipment and facilities, everything for the smooth running of the operations. So suppose I am getting oil from the top bottom of the well to the top of the well. That means from the reservoir to the main reservoir to the well. So at the top of the well, the well what will happen? There should be some equipment to treat the oil and gas. Suppose sometimes I will get only oil, sometimes I will get a gas and oil combination. Sometimes I got the oil, gas and water, these three combination. So the three phase means you have to separate them. Then only you can send it to the refinery. So for that purpose we will use separator. So then for that purpose what you have to do, different type of facilities are needed. So what is especially it is different maintenance and the equipment everything is needed in the development plan. So there will be different the necessary flow rate is needed initially. So main some mode of operation what you are doing, and what there is required for the well to produce. Then what are the and what are the production rate which you are needed to maintain throughout the production cycle. And next one, we have to go through we have to maintain the quality of the oil and gas. You have to check the quality of oil, and after the same thing, the different type of products what you are product streams you are using in the well. So what are the different type of what is the design of the equipment and everything. So these are all everything you have to go through it. So this is the different things. So what the processor the main concept is the process engineer has to design the equipment. So for that purpose, what you will do, you have to go through the different design particles and everything, and after that you will mention what is the maintenance needed. That is also you have to go through. So there will be there will be needed of processing plans to why what is the need of process plans means the process plans were needed. We need the process plans to process the processing of the hydrocarbons which are coming from the rain, because the hydrocarbon is consist of different type of unwanted materials like sulfur, CO2, and nitrous oxide like this. So these particles are which are not useful. That is not a main product for us. That means main concern of us. So there has to be removed. For this purpose, we have to need a plan. And there should be a equipment, the plant, the equipment which have to separate these all these things. So what you have to do is so there will be some technical and safety aspects according to that. We will plan according to the technical and safety aspects. We will we will design a plan. We will design a separator, and we will design this process facilities. So I mentioned what are the different type of carbon, non-carbon, non-hydrocarbon compounds which are not required for us to doing this one. So one more thing what we have to do is we have to maintain the quality. We have to maintain the quality of the hydrocarbons which are required for the refinery to process. So what is first of all what is getting main the first main problem in first main problem in the feed which you are getting from the bottom is the gas. So the first of all you have to process the gas. For the gas processing, what you have to do is two-phase separator, three-phase separator. In this what will do? There will be separation between the gas and what will happens according to the density effects. After that, according to the gravity effects, these things automatically we will do. So two-phase separator, three-phase separator we will use. Then on the separation of gas, and after that we will use we can use the shale shaker for the removal of sand particles and everything. So first of all, what we will do is separation. Then what we have to do is we have to dehydrate for the removing of water which is inside the hydrocarbon feed what we are getting from the bottom. Next one is the condensate removal. That means the unwanted material which is from the by refrigeration or absorption. For different process we will use. For the water we will use dehydration and evaporation like that. And for the for removal of condenser, for the condensate removal we will use refrigeration or absorption process like this. Like this different type process we will use. So for the process of removal of sulfur we will use desulfurization, sweetening process like that we will do these things. So what about the crude oil? So crude oil processing. So crude oil processing may have the different type of things. So we so we already discussed about the gas, and we have to discuss about the crude oil processing. So oil processing means oil and water oil separator, or gas oil separation, and water oil separation. This all. So we already discussed about the what are the so we already discussed about the natural gas processing being process what it needs. At the same time, what the crude oil processing also needs. So what the crude oil processing mainly needs means it's already gas is there. So we have to separate the gas from the oil, and we have to separate the water from the oil. So gas oil separation, water oil separation we will do. And after that, what we will do? And after that we will go for the what is the harmful some more what are the different harmful things which are in the liquid. So that means we have the sulfur content will be there. So you have to remove the sulfur. Desulfurization of we have to remove the sulfur from the feed which is coming out. And what we have to one more thing is we have the salt content. So we have to remove the salt content from the saline content from the feed. And we have to stabilize and we have to remove the sulfur from the content, and then we have to remove and we have to maintain the stability of the feed which is going to get in. So here I am mentioning one typical diagram of flow sheet from one place to one, how it is started, how it is from production zone to the how it is towards the sales point. So here you can see the first point is producing well, from onshore or offshore. From there to you can send it to the, you are sending it to the three-phase separation. So here the three-phase will be separated, like oil, gas and water will be separated. From here you can send it the water what you are getting here, the producer what you are sending out here, and the remaining from here yours what you are sending is intermediate gas pressure. So in the next pressure level, so it's sending to the, here you are sending the gas to the gas compressor. Then here you are using the glycol dehydration to remove the water from the gas, and the gas which is used for the sales you are sending to the pipeline. Next from here you can see oil what you are getting. Then what you are doing, you are stabilizing the hot stabilization using the heater or preheater treater. Then what will happen, the small uh, low density particles like low pressure gas, everything will go up and go to the gas compressor, and the remaining oil what you have that is stabilized crude oil, that will be sent to the oil storage and transportation process. So here I am sending in the offshore, we are sending to the trucks. In offshore we are sending to the ships, and onshore we are sending to the trucks. The final one you can directly send to the pipeline also. So what the water we are getting here, we are sending to the this side. So what are the main equipment? So what are the main equipments which we are needed during the production operations? So what are the main equipment? The equipment which is needed to control the production operations, right? So mainly we have to control the oil production, and one more at the same time water production. So what we have to do is we have to mainly maintain the oil production rates. So the equipment is needed for the oil production rates. And one more thing, we have to reduce the reduce the cost of the equipment. So that is the increase in the operating expenditure. One more thing is how much capital you are investing on that much also you have to reduce capital expenditure. Next, increase the quality of the product what you are using, and improve the safety of the process. And one more thing mainly is improve the environmental protection. So these two, environmental and safety, are the main two things which have to improve the safety and improve the environmental aspects. These are the main two which you have to go through during the production operations. So one another more important aspect is what you are doing, the drill samples, everything you are taking out. So drill cuttings, everything is there. So the drill cuttings can be directly sent into the can be poured directly on the surface of the earth. You can't, right? So there are different chemicals and everything. So you have to recycle them, or you have to dispose them under the disposal standards which is given by the environmental policy. So what are the different type of things which are in the in environmental products? According to the environmental department, we have to dispose the harmful fluids or harmful material which is in the environment. So what are the different type of activities which are utilities which are using to? So what are the different supporting equipments which are using for the production operations? So what are the utility systems are there? So that utility systems includes different type of things. So that is power. So power system, mainly the power system, we need fuel and gas. The water and power, potable water treatment system, these two are needed. And what are the different type of chemicals and lubrication, that is for oil smooth movement. The shutdown system. Suppose something is happened, like influx is came, so suddenly you have to shut down the well, otherwise it may become blowout. So that time you will do shutdown process, shutdown system. And one will suppose a fire safety. Any industry should need the fire safety equipment and safety procedure for the safety of the environment and safety of the process and safety of the people who are working there. So these are the things. So here you can see there are the group of people who are monitoring everything. In production operations also, we have all the real-time analysis system and monitors. In this you can see different type of monitors are there. In every monitor you will have different outputs of different pipelines, different well output, different well pressures, with, pit gains, and then means how much mud pit gain is maintaining, and how much water you are using, how much oil you are getting out, and everything, the separator, how much separation is happening on. So this everything real-time analysis, which is at the sensor, the sensor which is at the separator, which will give the data directly to the system. That system they will in real-time monitoring, they will do all these things, and they will maintain the track record. So this is the monitoring and the monitoring system which is going on there here. So it is needed to control necessary control and monitoring of the system is needed for the efficient effective running of the production operations. Next topic we are discussing is air emissions. So what is emission? Emission means something which is raised into the into outside. That means into the particular into the environment you can say into the particular environment, that is called as emission. So air emission means that is which is emitting into the air. That means we are breathing the air, natural air. Suppose we are sending something into the harmful particulate matter into the air, then we call it as the air emission. So suppose some small particles which are not desirable into the air, which we are sending into the environment is called as air emission. So there are the different type of gas particles which are going into the air. So what are the different type of what are the problems which are we are facing through the emissions? So emissions means you can the gas and the most dangerous gases are there, like you can say carbon dioxide, and nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide. These are the things which are very harmful to the environment. At the same time, is very harmful to the total earth. So these are some CO2. These are all greenhouse gases. These gases are the sulfuric acid, highly corrosive material. These are not at all not at all encourageable things in the environment. So here I am mentioning about all these things. So these are the three main: sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and particulate matter, and carbon dioxide. These are the three things which are not at all, which are not desirable in the environment. So suppose you are transporting from one place to another place, so you are using a ship for the transportation. During that ship, what happened? How the ship will run? Ship will run on using the diesel or petrol. So it will emit out some the ship will emit out some gases that we call air emissions only. So that air emission should be have the grade. That means the motor has to be should be having the bar terms. So we recently have that BS6 norms are right now it's going on in the present time. So suppose you are using BS4 or BS5, that will more harmful to the environmental safety purpose of the not only the reason for the environmental and health of the person. So mainly in what they are, these are all the most of the cases what you are doing is the oil what you are getting or gas what you are getting is sending through the ships, that is maritime administration. So this the International Maritime Organization MRO IMO will be inter, International Maritime Organization IMO will check into all these things, and it will follow the Section 6 to control all these actions and to maintain the protocol during these operations. There are mainly two types of air emissions you can say. One is greenhouse gases, everyone knows. This is impact on the environment. One more thing is air pollutants, that is which will going to impact on the health of the person, the human health. So these are the two. There are two international bodies which are going that always monitor about these air emissions. There are two things. So they will maintain two things. One is inventory and accounts and inventory. So this within this accounts, different type of different countries, different industries, different type of different categories is there. According to that, they will check it. And also they will body emissions associated with it. So this is the European Union. Mainly that European they are separately keeping one association to monitor all these air emissions. So here you can see European Union here they already have the United Nations framework for convention of climate change. This is we already discussed before in the last lecture. So this is mainly this framework or this convection is mainly working on the greenhouse gases. So the data is everything is greenhouse gas data inventories. In the data inventories, everything will be noted down. How much industry is producing, or how much the ship is producing, or how much different type of equipment, different type of product, or different type of vehicle which is producing the emission into the environment. So next one is here you can see clean air convention. This is the CLR tab. So this is the one more thing. This is working on the air pollutants. So they maintain one inventory about the things what is happening. So what are the different things and what are the different inventories, everything we will maintain. So this is just for the understanding purpose. So this is the clean air conventional on long range and transboundary air pollution. So that means this is transferring from one boundary to another boundary. This is air pollutants. So air emissions are consist of having the different greenhouse gases. Also, some they consist of seven type of greenhouse gases, including six CO2 and seven air pollutants. So they are mainly these three are how much they are selling into the atmosphere and is an economic activity. So they will consider into the part. So what is this account? This account is subset of all the combination of European environmental economic accounts. So the economic accounts will include the environment that everything is maintained. The data set they will maintain EU countries everything. So I am going through this EU policy, how it is implementing. So EU policy currently officially stands national data and everything. They will show about this one. So this is the one is greenhouse gas I already told you. This is under UN FNCC. This is greenhouse gases which is under the UN Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Then air pollution and EM program, which is like programming for monitoring long-range air transmissions. We already discussed about it. So these are the main two things which are discussed in the air emissions. So these are the undesirable things which are in the air that should not be not at all encouraged during the limit. More than that limit, we should not encourage them. That should be maintained according to the rules and regulations as passed by the environmental policy and environmental rules. So what he is doing, so one survey is done. So according to that survey, John Warkey is the person who done the survey on these air emissions. So most of the air emissions is coming from the oil and gas industry. So mainly during the production operations. So it is listed in the clean air act policy. Next one is burning of these fossil fuels and everything, which will give limit out more carbon dioxide and more chemicals into the air. So what happens to carbon dioxide and the methane which is producing there, that is the carbon dioxide and methane which is producing from that during the human activities, that is going to affect on the temperature of the earth, increasing the earth. That is the research drawn from the molecule. So the type of condition which is going increase the heat and everything. So also after some time what happens is the fog which is happening in the winter. So suppose smoke is there, the smoke and fog is going to mix up and it will form a smog. That is very problematic for the health problem. It's a very big problem for the health of the human being. So suppose the temperature is heating up everything, then the fog will be going to merge with the smoke will automatically it will form a smog. That smog, if you breathe, then automatically it will kill you, it will damage your health more. So finally, what I'm saying is the climate change, what we are doing, all the operations which are doing in the building and production, that should be maintained the safety rules and the policies of the environment. So I'm just giving a brief discussion about the what are the different type of activities which is going to during the building operation and production operations and air emissions which are related to the environmental things and environmental pollution aspects. So these things has to be controlled by according to the policy and thing. The people has to maintain safety and environmental policies during the working job. So I think hope you guys understand my lecture and everything. So if anyone have any doubts, you can call me, or you can make me the doubts through my mail ID. Thank you for your patience listening. And Earth is the thing which is needed for all the people. So stay safe, stay healthy, save nature.